Hello and welcome back to City Skylines. Today we are reviewing the hubs and transport update for City Skylines, and I'll show you all the new assets, buildings, vehicles, and roads that we have in the game. I think before we get into any of these details, one of the biggest questions that everyone will probably ask is, will this break my game? So if you're playing vanilla, the answer is very likely no. If you're playing modded, then it's very likely yes. So I'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but let's just dive in and take a look at what is new. So we will start with the 8 years birthday plaza, which is a new asset that was added to celebrate the 8 years of City Skylines, and it looks awesome. We also have 6 new metro trains, and the new trains, they actually look pretty nice. You have now new capacities for 120, 240, 360, 250, 150 and 500 people. I think this helps everyone that's playing vanilla having a lot more options for public transportation that we didn't have before. And that is fantastic to have something like that. Next one is a new train capacity as well. We have this new train that accommodates 240 people, and we also get a new fence, which is one that I'm already in love. So the new suburban fence is added to the game. Looks a lot like some of the here in Australia, the collarbone fence that we have around, and this will add quite a lot to your neighborhoods. We also have something that I quite love, which is the new key, and I really like this new key. It also has trees and also has pathways for citizens to walk on it, and it's very flat, which like it just drops. So I really like the new design and how this looks like. And you can replace the trees as well as any other network that you might have in your city. We also have 5 new trees, and yeah, it's always great to have that. We have the Lala Palm, we have the Umbrella Thorn tree, we have the Flame tree, the Baobab tree, and the California Young Palm. And they will add quite a lot to your city, especially I think my favorites from these are the Flame tree and the Baobab. And I don't know if you say Baobab or Baobab, but there you are. And to be honest, the Lala Palm looks really good as well. I like all of them, like, don't get me wrong, but those are my favorites. And all these trees are made by Mr. Bezos, so thank you for that. We also have 4 new roads. So we have the 3-lane one-way road with bus lane. We have a 4-lane road with wide sidewalks. We have that version with grass, and we have that version with grass and trees. We also have some new buildings that I just love. We have the Harbor Bus Hub, which like basically connects your ferries and your buses, and the design of this building looks just fantastic. I'm really happy with this new building, and I think this will add quite a lot to our cities. We also have the multi-level metro hub, basically connecting metro lines in different levels, and I love it. So you have an underground connection, you have a ground connection, and you have an elevated connection over there. So this looks really good, and it's a really nice asset for your city. Now, if you know something that everyone always asks for are parking lots, and we have 3 new parking lots this time. We have the small decorative parking lot, we have the large version of that, and we have a multi-story decorative parking lot. Keep in mind that those are all sort of parks, and they don't actually be real parking, but you can see cars parking on it, and you can add some different assets to your city that look like car parks, and then you can play around that even though you are not using any mods. Look at that. Another thing that will be quite helpful, especially with the amount of content that has been added lately to the game, is we have a new building menu. You can filter your roads, so you have options like one-way roads, two-way roads, you have basic, decorated for public transportation, and that is actually quite helpful. So you can quickly filter through your roads. You have that option as well for the public transport. So if you go in there, you can see, especially in the public transport hub, you have those options. So you can filter by bus, metro, tram, and you can combine them to find the right hub that you were looking for. You also have a new search option that you can easily and quickly find any assets on the building menus now, and including roads, education buildings, public transportation, parks. You can easily type something and search that without any mods as well. Now, if you also have DLCs, there are some new contents that has been added to those. And the first one is a new type of cab for your taxi depots. We now have the Black Tax Cab, and that is applied for taxis, which is only available if you have the After Dark DLC. If you have the Snowfall DLC, you also now have two new options for hubs. You have the Metro Tram Hub, and you also have the Bus Train Tram Hub, which are, again, very, very nice buildings. Lovely, they look great, and I think I can see like places that I can use it already, and they will fill the city like fantastically. I'm really, really keen on using these new assets. Now, for the Natural Disaster DLC, there is a new disaster response airbase, which is quite nice, to be honest. I really like that building. It's like bulky. It has 5 helipads on it, and it looks quite good. We also have a new articulated evacuation bus for when you have trouble in your city. You have a higher capacity police helicopter depot. You have a higher capacity medical helicopter depot, and you have a higher capacity fire helicopter depot. So plenty of new options for you to play around with helicopters, and I'm really keen on adding those as well, because I love to see all the helicopters going through the city all the time. Now, if you have mass transit and you use monorails, you now have 2 monorail vehicles. You have one monorail with 120 capacity, another one with double of that, 240 capacity. Again, really great to see that happening and having more options with higher capacity monorail as well. We also have 4 new ferries, one for 10, 20, 30, and 40 people, so one each, and they look quite nice actually. They have all different layouts, and they look very different, and I think this will make things look quite cool in the city. Still on the mass transit, we have 9 new roads. So we have a symmetrical 5-lane road, an asymmetrical 7-lane road, a monorail tracks on 4-lane road with trees, a monorail track on 6-lane road, monorail tracks on 6-lane road with trees. And we also have new highways. So you have the option now for an asymmetrical 3-lane highway, and you have that option with barriers as well. And you have another 4-lane 2-way highway, and another option for that with barriers. And you also have 2 new transport hubs, which are the Harbor Bus Monorail Hub and the Harbor Ferry Hub. My favorite one, it has to be the Harbor Bus Monorail Hub. The final station for the monorail there is just like perfectly done, and I love it. It's really, really nice, and I'm quite happy with this building. I can't wait to use that as well. Now, if you have the mass transit and Snowfall, you also have a few more things unlocked. You have 2 new roads, so the monorail tracks on 2-lane road with tram tracks, and monorail tracks on 6-lane road with tram tracks. I know they're all mouthful names, but makes it pretty easy for you to search them on the menu, and I think that's what they're going for in there. And you also have 3 new transport hubs. You now have the monorail tram hub with roads, which is quite nice and something that we actually use a lot in basically doing doing it like in custom builds. We do that quite a lot, and I quite like that roads and that the asset actually looks like the same assets that we have in other areas as well. We also have a metro train, monorail, tram hub with roads. This asset looks pretty nice actually. You have like quite a lot of options and tracks connecting, and it's quite busy, and I love that busy look that you have in there. So again, another one that makes me quite happy and excited to use in the city. And we have a ferry tram hub, so that are connecting your ferries with your tram lines, and it has like a nice look, a wood finish on the asset that looks quite nice as well. Really happy with that one. And those are all the assets and roads that we have, and trees. Also can't forget the trees that we have in this new free update. Do you have to pay for it? No, it's free. Will your game break? If it's modded, it's very likely, so keep an eye. There will be a lot of changes on mods after this update goes live, and there will be a lot of mods that will be just updated, and there will be some mods that will be replaced as well. And the reason for that is because some of the modders have been absent from the Steam workshop, and some other modders are thankfully assuming all the updates, but they don't have access to the same place in the workshop, so they have to introduce a new one. So you see things like your mods will now be deprecated, and you can use compatibility report to take a look at that and make sure that you have the most up-to-date mods as well. You can also check on our Discord server. We have a lot of information about that. Link is in the description, or you could go to the official Cities Skylines Discord server and take a look at their list. There is a link for that is up to date, and the modders are updating these as they release new updates as well, and that will help you out quite a lot. Link will be in the description as well. I'll leave all that in there. But if you have a vanilla save game, it's very unlikely that it will break. Say unlikely and not 100% sure, because we can never guarantee that, but it's very likely that you have no issues whatsoever. So you'll be able to just get the update, keep playing, always make a backup. It's always a good idea. And if anything happens, you have something that you can go back at any time. Where do you go if you have any issues? So as I mentioned, basically the official Discord server is your best option. That is the official forum for Paradox as well, for the Cities Skylines game. You can take a look at that. But Discord, I think you have more people helping you out. And even on our Discord channel here in the channel, we have a small community, but very supportive people. And if we don't know how to help you, we'll probably direct you to the official Discord server as well. But there we go. This is our little review. Totally worth it, especially that's free, and especially you have no option other than update it. But I think it's my take and the review on some of these buildings. Really excited about all the public transportation options that you have, especially the new train assets, the new roads and highways that we have as well. The key, I just love that key. And yeah, thank you for everyone that worked on these updates. I know that you worked hard. We now have parking lots, and you don't need to keep like adding 2x2 or 3x2 commercial zoning just to try to get that spawning. You can just put that down, whatever you want, and that will work out for you. So let me know what you think in the comments, and join our Discord server. Let's have a chat about it as well. Show me the screenshots of your cities, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.